this is Hedda. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to the first PENPAL video that I have made in a little while. This little project was actually prompted by my friend Lina asking if I wanted to swap some pet tapes with her because I had a few that she really wanted and she has so many amazing ones that I'm honestly happy with whatever she sends me. But it had been a while since I had sent her a letter. I think the last letter she sent to me was sent back in July 2023 and I hadn't replied to her. So this little pet tape swap was the little kick in the butt that I really needed to actually write her a letter. So the first thing that I did was to roll up all of these pet tape swatches just so that they would look nice. Obviously this shape is not ideal for a PENPAL letter, so I ended up putting my finished letter and envelope in like a bigger envelope so that I could fit everything in the end. But I still decorated and made my PENPAL letter the same way I would if I just mailed it like that. These strips of pet tapes are one loop of designs from a few different pet tapes from Notebook Therapy. There is the Into the Cafe ones, Into the Fall one, and there is also one from their 2024 like stationery box. Of course, I could have cut each loop into shorter sections and that way I would have been able to fit it in the envelope together with the PENPAL letter, but there's just something nice about receiving the whole roll like this, I think. It might not be as easy to store for Lina, but at least she can kind of look through the entire loop all at once and see all of the different designs and exactly how much she has. To make sure they didn't open, I put a little bit of washi tape around the middle as a little belt to hold the roll together. And then I also tied a little bit of this very simple ribbon around each roll. It looks a little bit rustic, I think, and it does the job because you just want to make sure that the rolls don't unfurl while on their way to Lina. And once that was done, I could get started on the main letter. I started by decorating the envelope, and for this letter I decided to go with a completely basic white envelope. This one is from Michaels in the US. They're a little bit larger than my other envelopes, which I really like. And because of the pet tapes that Lina wanted, they were all coffee themed, and I also did a coffee theme in my bullet journal in February. I decided to go with the same theme for this PENPAL letter. I could just never get enough of this theme, to be honest. I love the colors and the little gold details on the pet tape and everything. So you'll probably recognize the girls here on the envelope because I used the same sticker as I used for my cover page in my bullet journal. I drew the sticker myself. It was part of the Patreon Happy Mail during January, but if you want to get your hands on the sticker, if you join my Patreon, you actually get access to a secret shop within my sticker shop. I'll put links in the description box below. Basically, if you're a patron, you get the password for the secret shop and then you can buy previous month's Happy Mail stickers. So even if you didn't know about my Patreon in time to get these in the mail, you can still get them. You just won't get the thank you card for that specific month. The piece of ephemera that you see behind the girls is actually part of the packaging for the Hinoki Into the Cafe stamp set from Notebook Therapy. The stamp set comes in this really pretty wooden box and it had this paper belt around it, and I decided to just use the part of the belt that had a design on it as ephemera for this envelope. I stamped Lina's name with some silicone stamps that I got from Michaels because I felt like this envelope needed this typewriter font instead of a hand lettering font. I stamped it on some white grid paper and then I just glued that on top of the envelope with a regular glue stick. I also used a few stamps from Notebook Therapy's new PENPAL stamp set. It's called Our Letters and it has all these cute little stamps that are very fitting for PENPAL letters. And this was the first time I was testing out this stamp set, so I had a lot of fun with it and I kind of just wanted to use all of the stamps everywhere. If you guys have been following me for a while, you'll already know that I have a discount code for notebook therapy. So if you want to get 10% off your order, just use my code mochibujo10 and get a little discount. I decided to put a little bit of decoration on the back. This is where I would normally put my return address. But of course I ended up putting this entire envelope inside of a bigger envelope, so there wasn't really any point to it, but it still looks nice, and I got to use a few more of the stamps and a few more of the stickers from the pet tapes. You can see that I have a little cutting mat here in the corner, and I use my X-Acto knife to cut out the designs that I want to use. I ended up outlining Lina's name with a brown fine liner. I guess I just wanted a little bit more definition so that they would stand out a little bit more, but I don't know if this was really necessary. Kind of just wanted to see what it would look like. I also added a few sparkles here and there because that is just the perfect little extra touch to make it all seem like it's well put together and well thought out. And I want Lina to feel like I put in effort to make her letter look nice, you know? This is the first pen pal letter I've made in 2024, and I haven't made a pen pal letter since probably October, and before that it had been like half a year or something since I made another one. So for this one I decided to use this card that kind of opens up in the middle, opens up. I don't even know how to explain it, but you can see what it looks like. It's perfect for pen pal letters because the card is already made. It is very simple though if you want to make it yourself, because you just fold the ends in towards the middle, but it just makes the whole process a lot easier because I don't have to think about how I should store things, and I've made this type of like folder plenty of times, so it's less of a challenge for me. And I felt like that's what I really needed for this pen pal letter. I needed it to not be a big project. I needed it to be easy and something that I had done before, just with a different theme. So I had some leftover craft paper and I used that to make little pockets. Basically, I just had that one sheet and I made a belt for the middle part where my letter will go. And then I just used the rest of the scraps, I guess, to make these little pockets on the side here, on both sides. So you can fold it up like a card and then you open it and all of the goodies and the letter and everything will be displayed. But before I start filling all of the pockets with little gifts for Lina, I wanted to decorate the front of the card a little bit just to make it feel like it fits with the envelope. Now, because the card opens up in the middle, it is a little bit tricky to decorate it, I think. So I decided to treat the two sides as like separate pieces to decorate, but to kind of bind them together. I don't know, bind is not the right word. Connect them together. I used some old book pages and just ripped out a couple of pieces and I glued them in a way that they would sit on both sides of the card, and then I just like cut them apart with scissors, because obviously you have to be able to open it. I used some stamps and some ephemera and some girl stickers to decorate here. These girl stickers are from Mindwave, if I'm not mistaken. I absolutely love these. I got them in Japan at Loft, I think. I used some more pieces from the Notebook Therapy pet tapes, some more of the stamps, and I think that the end result looks pretty cute. What's really nice about using colors like these is that they're very soft, and so even if you put a lot of stuff on the card, it doesn't feel overwhelming because it's not very bright or very like in your face. So using muted colors, it's very forgiving, I think. It's easier to make something look nice with muted colors, in my personal opinion. Moving on to the inside, I wanted to decorate each of the pockets and belts just a little bit, just to make it look a little bit more interesting. Obviously, most of the focus is going to be on what's in the pockets because they will be poking out, but I decided to use some of the R letters stamps and stamp on some white grid paper and just cut those out, and then I combined those with some pet tapes that are also from Notebook Therapy. There's a lot of Notebook Therapy products in this video, I realize, but these white pet tapes. They're from their lace pet tape set. I mean, it's listed as a washi tape set on their website, but I'm pretty sure there isn't a single washi tape in that set. It's all pet tapes with different types of lace and different colors. And because it is white, it doesn't actually show up on white paper, so this is a rare opportunity for me to use it on the craft paper, because obviously it will show up way better on craft or on black paper. Would probably look really nice on black paper. I should try that. At first I thought I would write on each of the pockets, like washi tape samples, stickers, or something like that. But in the end I decided to just decorate them a little bit, because I wasn't exactly sure at this point exactly what I would put in each pocket. And because the pockets were made based on how much paper I had left, not necessarily what was going into them, it just worked out better this way, I think. So the very last things that I did to decorate the inside of the card was I wrote "for you" on the middle here, and then I used some of the stamps from the Into the Cafe stamp set from Notebook Therapy to stamp on the inside here. So on the date I ended up just writing February 2024 and called it good. Now for the actual letter, this is the most important part in my opinion. Obviously it is personal, so I never show what I write in letters in my videos, but this was the beginning of it, where I just hand lettered Lina's name, and then once I had finished writing my letter, which got pretty long in the end, I just folded it up and then I pushed it through the belt to be in the center of the pocket. Luckily it fit perfectly. I hadn't measured. I decided to gift Lina some of my own stickers. These were the Patreon stickers that I sent to my patrons during January, and they fit this cafe coffee theme pretty well, so I decided to gift those to her. Lina is not a part of my Patreon, so she wouldn't have these stickers already. It's always difficult to know what to send to someone who I know has a lot of stationery already. Lina is definitely a stationery enthusiast, and I know that last year she went to Japan and she went to Hawaii, and she probably picked up a bunch of cute stationery, especially in Japan. So I wanted to avoid sending her stuff that she already had, but at the same time it was really hard to know what she would have. So I did take the chance and I sent her some girl stickers that I got in Japan, but also a few other things that I've acquired recently. I did have to do a little bit of brainstorming and figuring out where things should go and everything. I did figure it out eventually, but it did take a little bit of finagling. For the washi tape samples, I actually decided to gift her some of these pet tapes from the lace set from Notebook Therapy that I mentioned earlier. I'm already gifting Lina a bunch of pet tapes, so I found it a little bit difficult to know what type of washi tapes I could gift her, because washi tape samples is such an easy thing to put in a pen pal letter that is like fun to receive and also like easy to fit into a flat envelope. And since this set is fairly new, I don't know if Lina has it already, and I think that it would fit her aesthetic pretty well. So I made 2 of these little gift tag washi tape samples. I couldn't fit all of the pet tapes from the set here, but I did gift her I think 4 different ones, plus a thinner brown washi tape from Takti. And that was mostly because I needed a thinner one to kind of fill this gap, and I thought that the brown looked really nice with the theme and everything that was going on. Honestly, rolls of washi tape have too much washi tape on them, and they are definitely meant to be shared rather than used all by yourself. So I really enjoy sharing my washi and pet tapes with my pen pals. And speaking of pen pals, I actually have a new PO box address, because the old one that I had was really far away from where I currently live, and it was a little bit of a hassle to get out there and check my PO box often. So now I have a PO box that's much closer, that I'm able to check several times a week, and it's just a lot more convenient. You can find it in the description box below, and my PO box is open for anyone to send a letter if you want to. I don't make any promises that I'll be able to reply to you, but I do read every single letter. I have been so busy this past year with growing my little small business and keeping up with my Patreon, which is like my little baby. I absolutely love my Patreon. It is such a wonderful place, and I just want to give my patrons the best. And because of that, I have less time for pen paling. But I still really enjoy making pen pal letters, and I hope that I can find the time to make a few pen pal letters here and there because it is really fun. So let me know in the comments if you'd like to see more pen pal content from me, and also if there is a particular theme you'd like me to try out for a pen pal letter. And of course, if you watch the video all the way until the end, please make sure to put a coffee emoji in your comment to let me know, because as you can see, I have finished my letter. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. It was really fun for me to get back into pen paling, and I really enjoyed this theme because of the colors and the coffee and all of like the little gold details. I really love that. I hope that Lina will enjoy opening this letter. I sent it earlier this week, and it's going all the way from Norway to the US, so it'll probably take a couple of weeks, but hopefully we'll get there soon. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you to all of my patrons for being so awesome. Make sure you click the like button on this video and also subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this. I hope that you're all having a lovely day, and I'll see you next time. Bye!